as this meeting is being recorded using the Zoom platform. As we are participating remotely, please note that all votes taken during this meeting will be done so by a roll call vote. I will state the member's name, ask for their vote for each vote necessary today. So I will restate for the record now that I am recording that myself, Christine Hoyt, Rick Blanchard, and Joe Novak are members of the Board of Selectmen who are in attendance. We also have with us Deb Dunlap, who is the administrative assistant for the town administrator and the Board of Selectmen. Attorney Ed St. John III, who is town council. We have Holly Jaco from the Adams Library, and with her is the ratification of the library ad, Natasha Beauchesne. We have members of the media, Jack Garino of iBerkshires.com, Scott Stafford from Berkshire Eagle and Northern Berkshire Community Television, who is helping to televise this meeting for us. And we have Michael Tatro, sorry that I spelled your name incorrectly first. Michael is here with National Grid because we do have a public hearing scheduled for 7:10 p.m. I think that I have covered everybody who is in the virtual room with us. So with that, I will go ahead and ask everyone to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. The first order of business is the approval of minutes for the March 31st, 2021 workshop.
I'll make a motion the board waive a reading of the minutes and approve them as provided for the March 31st, 2021 minutes.
I have a motion by member Blanchard. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Hearing none, it is a roll call vote. Rick?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
It is a yes from Christine, so that is unanimous. That brings us to public comment. Is there anyone on the call who wishes to speak to the Board of Selectmen today? Hearing none, I will go ahead and close public comment. I will keep an eye on time. We are at 7:05 p.m., so we do have 5 minutes before our public hearing. So I will move on to new business, item A, which is the ratification of DPW seasonal laborers. We do have a ratification letter here. Dear Chairman Hoyt, this letter is to advise the Board of Selectmen that subject to the board's ratification as provided in Section 10 of the Town Charter, the following individuals have been appointed as seasonal laborers for the Department of Public Works: Ryan Booty, Mike Durant, David Holt, Sean Marco, and Marcus Leak. Mike Durant, David Holt, Sean Marco, and Marcus Leak have worked for the town in this capacity in the past and are returning to augment the DPW full-time staff for this season. Subject to hiring requirements, DPW seasonal laborers will begin immediately at the rate of $13.50 per hour. The town administrator did state that they did go through the process of interviews. These are routine appointments, and 3 of them actually helped to prepare the cemetery last week in time for a funeral. So most of them are returning from previous years. There is funding for them to finish this year, and there is funding in the budget for fiscal 22.
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion that the board ratify the appointments of Ryan Booty, Mike Durant, David Holt, Sean Marco, and Marcus Leak as seasonal laborers.
Okay, I have a motion by member Blanchard. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, it is a roll call vote. Rick?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
It's a yes from Christine, so that is unanimous. The next item on the agenda is the ratification of the library aide and cataloger, Natasha Beauchesne. I have a letter here. Dear Chairman Hoyt, this letter is to advise the Board of Selectmen that subject to the board's ratification, as provided in Section 10 of the Town Charter, Natasha Beauchesne has been appointed to the position of library aide for the Adams Free Library. Ms. Beauchesne's skills, demeanor, and references indicate that she will be a good fit with the current library staff. We look forward to having her join the library team and our community in this capacity. Upon your ratification and the passing of all hiring requirements, Ms. Beauchesne will begin the position effective April 26, 2021 at the grade 4, step 1 rate of $15.56 per hour. Respectfully submitted, Jay Green, Town Administrator. Jay did send us a note today letting us know that this position is budgeted for fiscal 22 and is replacing a retiring employee. This will maintain the library staffing at normal levels, and I will turn things over to the director of the library who is on the call and can introduce Tasha.
Hello. So thank you for letting us get this on the agenda, and we are looking forward to filling this position. It is a retirement. One of our staff retired this past fall, and we are looking forward to having Natasha work with us. She comes highly recommended from her references, and her background and education make her an excellent candidate for this position. So Natasha, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, I would just like to say thank you for having me on the call, and I'm looking forward to starting at the library. I'm very passionate about it, so thank you.
Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Tasha. So would anyone like to make a motion to ratify this appointment?
I'll make a motion that the board ratify the appointment of Natasha Beauchesne to the position of library aide.
I have a motion by member Blanchard. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Second by member Novak. Any discussion?
Yes, just out of curiosity, I'd like to ask, is Natasha from the town of Adams?
I'm from Dalton.
Okay, I just asked that question. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. If there's no other discussion, it is a roll call vote. Rick?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
It is a yes from me. That is unanimous. Welcome to the town of Adams, Tasha. Welcome to the team at the library, and I appreciate both of you being on the call this evening. Okay. So I will, it is now 7:11 p.m. So my apologies, Michael, who's on the call, waiting for a public hearing. We do have on the agenda to go into a public hearing. National Grid has a petition for pole and wire locations. It's 530 feet southeast of the center line of the intersection of Friend Street to Service House at 60 West Burt Street. So I do need a motion to go into the public hearing.
So moved.
And do I have a second?
Second.
It is a roll call vote. Rick?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
It's a yes from Christine, so that is unanimous, and we are now in the public hearing. I will turn things over to Michael Tatro from National Grid to walk us through that. I will just let you know abutter notifications were sent out by the town of Adams on March 31st regarding this application and public hearing. The Zoom link and call-in information was part of that notice. And I know that Michael is on the call to answer any questions, address any concerns, and discuss this topic. I don't think that there's anything else that I need to share at this point. So Michael, if you wanted to talk to us a little bit about this application.
Thank you, Christine. Yes, the home number 60 they recently did an addition, and their old service had an aerial trespass from the existing pole number 3. It cut across their lot to serve that home. There was different rules back in the day when those houses were probably built. So we want to put another pole on the side of the road in the town take to serve that home number 60, and we won't have an aerial trespass there. And then if the property above ever gets developed, there'll be one more pole already in place. That's what we want to do.
Okay.
Any
There any-
questions?
Sure. Are there any questions for Michael?
Do we
Rick?
receive any correspondence from abutters?
I did not receive anything, and Deb is shaking her head that we did not.
And we're looking for an easement?
Not an easement. We usually petition the town for permission to set our equipment in the town take, the side of the road. And so we have to get every town's blessings before we can't just put any equipment in the ground. We have to have permission, whether it's on private property or public property. So then they'll be on the tax rolls. We'll be paying tax on that infrastructure. And we'll have permission to maintain the wires and the pole in its location.
Okay. Well, I will make a motion that the board grant permission.
Wait,
for the
hold
place-
on. Rick, before you do that, we're still in public hearing, so I do have to just see if there's any other comments from public. I do have to ask that question, although I don't see too many members of the public on the call. Okay. And then I'll entertain a motion to come out of public hearing.
So moved.
Okay. And do I have a second to come out of the public hearing?
Second,
Okay. It is a roll call vote. So Rick,
Yes.
Joe,
yes.
it's a yes from Christine. So that is unanimous. So we are back in session. Rick, if you wanted to make a motion, by all means, go ahead.
Okay, I'll make a motion that the board grant permission to National Grid for the placement of a pole to service 60 Friend Street,
60 West Burt Street.
West Burt.
It's West Burt. Okay. I have a motion by Rick. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. I'll open it up for discussion.
Yes, I just have one question regarding abutters. What determines the abutters when letters were sent out notifying abutters? Who are abutters and who received the notification?
Deb, would you like to unmute yourself? Yeah, thank you.
So the abutters were just the properties that were touching the property that's going to be having the adjustment made with the pole. There were only 2 of them, and I don't know their names off the top of my head, but there were only the 2 that were just on the either side of that residence.
Okay, thank you very much.
Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, it is a roll call vote. Rick,
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
It is a yes from me, so that is unanimous. Michael, thank you very much for calling in and talking us through that petition from National Grid.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good evening, everyone.
You too. Okay. That'll bring us down to new business item C. To set the town meeting date for Monday, June 21st, 2021. I will just let you know that we are looking to once again hold an outdoor town meeting as we had done in September. And We have contacted officials at Bow Field to see if the date would work for them and use of the space. And it is my understanding that the logistics would be similar, if not exactly the same as the town meeting we had in September, where there will be a tent, audio, etc. Planned for. So the earlier we set the town meeting date, the earlier we can start booking all of those items because we will have to sign some contracts for those items.
Okay, I make a motion that the board set the town meeting date as Monday, June 21st, 2021.
I have a motion by member Blanchard. Do I have a second?
I'll second that, but within the motion, can the time be incorporated also?
The time is yet to be determined.
Okay, the time is yet to be determined. Okay, I'll rescind that.
Okay.
And
So-
I'll second it.
Okay. Any discussion? Okay. Hearing none, it is a roll call vote. Rick?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes?
It's a yes from Christine, so that is unanimous. Item D is to open up the town meeting warrant for any citizens petitions that would like to come forward. This is the practice of the Board of Selectmen to open up the town meeting warrant. It will be open for 2 weeks.
So what would the close date be with the opening of the 22nd?
So I believe it would be closed May 6th. I think that I think it was on the agenda for May 5th to close it on May 6th officially.
Right, that was probably to open it effective today,
Yes.
22nd. But today's gone, so.
Yep. So we can open it effective tomorrow and leave it open.
Okay, I'll make a motion.
I'm
With the
looking past
board.
my computer at a calendar, sorry.
Well, I'm watching all this on mine, so I can't see my date or calendar. I'll make a motion that the board open the warrant effective April 22nd, 2021 to be closed on May 6th, 2021 at close of business.
Okay. I have a motion by member Blanchard. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? Hearing none, it is a roll call vote. Rick?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes?
And it's a yes from Christine. So that is unanimous. For department reports, I did receive a call from Jay right around 6 o'clock that he did have a personal matter that came up this evening and therefore would not be able to attend tonight's meeting. He does send his regrets for not being able to attend, and therefore there will not be an official report from the town administrator. So with that, I will move to the department report of town council.
Thank you. Since my last report on April 7th, I responded to a board request concerning the need for an entertainment license at the Adams Agricultural Fair. I received research and responded to a question concerning a Public Records Act request from the Board of Health. The board's response was appealed to the Secretary of State's office. I spoke with a staff member of the Secretary of State's office several times to provide information relevant to the request. I received and reviewed the Secretary of State's response to the appeal. The Secretary of State determined that the issue appealed, that is whether minutes of an executive session that dealt with privacy concerns must be disclosed, should be brought to the Attorney General. No further action on the town's part is needed at this time. I received and forwarded to staff an updated purchase and sale agreement for the 26 Commercial Street parcel. I received and responded to another Public Records Act request from the Treasurer Collector. I attended the April 14th Board of Health hearing, or a portion of it, I should say, and I provided an opinion concerning a conflict of interest question.
Thank you, Ed. I know that you had sent me the information about the entertainment license at the Adams Agricultural Fair. I was going to report out on that at this meeting because this is the next opportunity to inform the board, but is that something you wanted to discuss? I do have your email here that I can read unless you would like to comment on it.
Well, it's probably better to read the email. I mean, what I would say about it is that if the agricultural fair is entertaining the idea of having a concert, and I think that was what was mentioned, that the chapter and the statute that I quoted in my email to you is pertinent to this, and it would require that an entertainment license be obtained, not so much as to entertain or think about denying the request so much as to address any public health and safety and traffic concerns and the like, so that you're not dealing with a situation where you have crowding and serious traffic issues and health issues. So it's obvious, to me, it's obvious that it's necessary.
And the two statutes that council was referencing is Mass General Law, Chapter 140, Section 181. And then if the event occurs on a Sunday, it would be Mass General Law, Chapter 136, Section 4. So.
Right.
I just wanted to make sure. So that was a discussion at our last meeting and just wanted to report out at this meeting. So thank you. Are there any other questions for town council? Okay. I'm hearing none. So I think you're good, Ed.
Okay, thanks.
This might be the earliest we got to town council's report.
It is very early, thank you.
That's excellent. All right, that brings us to subcommittee and liaison reports. Rick.
I have nothing.
Okay, Joe?
I have nothing.
Okay, and neither do I. Announcements and good of the order. Rick?
Nothing.
Okay, Joe?
I have nothing.
Okay, I have one announcement. It is from the town clerk. Just a reminder that Monday, May 3rd is the town election day. Polls will be open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And again, voting will take place at the DPW garage on North Summer Street. Residents do have until Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday, April 27th, for mail-in voting. So please contact the town clerk's office if you are interested in doing a mail-in vote. And if you're interested in seeing what the specimen ballots look like, those can be found on the town's website on the town clerk's page under the elections and voting information. So I encourage people to please get out and vote on Monday, May 3rd. The only other thing is just to remind the board that we do have a workshop on Monday, this coming Monday, April 26th at 6 p.m. It'll be our last budget workshop before we vote on the budget on Tuesday, April 27th. Both of those meetings will be at 6 p.m., both being held in person at Memorial School in the gymnasium. And the agenda for the 26th has been posted, and the agenda for the 27th will be posted by the end of the day tomorrow. With that, I don't think that there's any other business that is to come before the Board of Selectmen this evening. So
Then I will make a motion to adjourn.
I have a motion by Member Blanchard. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Rick?
I
Roll call
guess
vote.
for a historically short meeting, yes.
Joe?
Yes.
It is a yes from me. So we are adjourned at 7:27 p.m. I wish all of you a good evening and thank you so much for being part of our meeting tonight. So.
Excuse me.